Hi everyone. I'm filming today from house sit number 9 in Mexico City, Mexico, but the topic of today's video is briefly looking back at house sit number 8 in San Andrés, Huayapam, Oaxaca, Mexico. If you've been following our channel or if you read our posts on social media, you probably have heard Huayapam before now, as this was our fourth house sit in this same small village, which works out really well because it happens to be one of our favorite little home-based villages in Mexico so far. It's situated just outside of the city of Oaxaca and is nestled in the foothills of the Sierra Madre mountain range. Now, this particular sit was only 5 days, so I didn't spend any of that time taking any new photography of the area. So if you'd really like to get a good idea of what it is that we love about Huayapam and Oaxaca and the area, please feel free to go back and check out the videos for house sits number 3 and 4, as those two videos have some really good high quality photography and will give you a good idea of what the scenery and the village itself is like. This particular video is just going to be my brief story and some cell phone photos. This is the second house sit where we were invited to return by our hosts. We had already house sat for them once, and while we were at house sit number 7, we got together with them. They invited us over for dinner and to see the dogs and all that excitement and have a little mini reunion. And it came up in conversation that we had a 2-week gap between when house sit number 7 ended and when we needed to be in Mexico City for our current house sit. So in talking, they just decided to take the opportunity to take a long weekend and go see some family a short distance away, to sort of help us bridge that gap between the one house sit and the next. As with all of our house sits so far, this was a no money exchange. We were trading our time caring for the animals and their home in exchange for a place to stay and utilities while they are away. And on this return visit, we didn't have 11 rescues to watch as we did the first time, as they took a few of their dogs with them on their trip. So we only had 5 dogs, but instead of the 3 cats previously, there were now 4 cats. So this time, instead of 11, it was 9 pets. Looking briefly at the perks of this house sit, I already mentioned that it was just really nice to be able to extend our time in Huayapam, even though it was only for 5 days. But the hosts were generous to offer that we could stay in their art studio cabin that they have, which was very comfortable. They let us stay there the night before and the night after the house sit. So it took the 2-week gap that we had between house sits and shortened it to 1 week, which is great for us because up until now, all of our house sits have been perfectly back to back with almost no time in between. So shortening our break to 1 week was actually really good for us. We've been traveling Mexico for over a year now, and being able to just say, you know what, we're going to have an extra week in Huayapam instead of going off on some sort of adventure between house sits, and that actually sounded like a lot more fun to us. Of course, because this was a repeat house sit, it was great to just have a reunion with the dogs. Their house is set up so comfortably for all the animals. They really are very good at taking care of all these rescues that they have. The house is just designed perfectly for the dogs to be able to sleep anywhere and easy cleaning. So it was great to just have a couple of days to just flop with these dogs and have them pile on top of you on the couch or the bed or wherever you are. It's an opportunity that does not come up very often. Also, being a repeat house sit, it was really good to solidify our friendship with our hosts. Not only did we meet with them for dinner ahead of time to sort of plan things out, but getting to visit with them before and after on the days of their trip. They're just really great people, and it's one more friendship that we've built throughout Mexico that I know we're going to maintain in the future. Also, they came home from their trip very excited about the place that they visited. It's a small town called Ignacio Mejia. It's right on the border of Oaxaca and Puebla. It's a nice little town that we haven't visited ourselves, but their excitement about it and the pictures they shared and their own possible plans for the future in the area was really contagious. Evan and I have spent a lot of time looking up the town, looking at the sites. It sounds like a great um, possible area for the climate that we've actually been looking for. It sounds almost ideal to us, maybe a little, um, maybe not quite as much rain as we would like, but more rain than some other areas. So who knows? We are leaving options open for exploring the area in the future. It didn't work out for us to go check it out on our way to Mexico City, which we were sort of hoping to do last minute, changing our plans a little bit. Um, but who knows? The property prices seem pretty interesting, and we're just going to keep this little village in the back of our mind for possibilities in the future. The responsibilities for this house sit were just minimal, basic food, water, treats, and walks. The only difference is that this dog pack goes on a 60 to 90-minute off-leash hike every morning in the mountain foothills. So it's a great opportunity to get outside, get in nature, and the dogs basically lead you on the walk. They know exactly where they're going and stay together as a pack. So I already went over this in great detail in the video for house sit number 4. So if you're curious, go ahead and check that out. So that's about it for this video. It's a short video for a short house sit, but it's another little patch on the quilt of experiences that we're piecing together as we travel throughout Mexico. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.